What's going on, y'all? This is Pure Hoops here, and today I wanted to talk about my Detroit Pistons, man. They look incredible. I wanted to make a quick video, just going over how crazy they have been. They're on a 5-game win streak. I know I haven't really been uploading as much as I was to start the season. I just been more busy with work, and like honestly, haven't been able to catch as many games as I want to. But yeah, getting right into this Pistons stuff, man. So I wanted to start with since Tobias Harris has been out, they've been trying out Isaiah Stewart starting next to Jalen Duren, and it has been incredible. I wasn't able to find the stats, but I did see this tweet from Kevin O'Connor. They said last season in 3,961 total minutes, Detroit had two bigs in the game for only 18 minutes. This season it's 80 of the 384 minutes with two bigs, and from 0.5% to 21% of the time. He also says Detroit has a 19.7 or plus 19.7 net rating with Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart on the court at the same time. Honestly, I think this being able to be like a real lineup that the Pistons can run makes them so much more dangerous than they were last season. Because when you look at Jalen Duren has obviously started out the season incredible. He's been like him and Cade, that like duo, that pick and roll has been elite. But when you look at how Jalen Duren has played, maybe not as much this season, but like the first couple years of his career, he was kind of a non-existent defender. Like he wasn't really too strong of a defender in general. He wasn't that much of a rim deterrence. He could get blocks every now and then, but he wasn't too much of a rim protector. Um, and if you can play Duren and Isaiah Stewart at the same time, it makes Duren's job a lot easier. Because Isaiah Stewart is an incredible defender, one of the best the best lockdown defenders in the league, especially in the paint. One of the best rim protectors in the league. So if you have Jalen Duren Jalen Duren knowing he has Isaiah Stewart in the help, it makes Jalen Duren's job so much easier. And I think that's going forward in the future, being able to close with that lineup, even coming down, maybe having Tobias at the 3 and Asar at the 2, and then you have Cade at the 1. Being able to close with a lineup with that much versatility on defense is going to be so essential to the Pistons continuing to be one of the best teams in the league. I mean, they're 7-2, the first seed in the Eastern Conference right now. And yeah, I mean, this guy, Data Driven Pistons fan, he said, "I'm so happy to start the season with the Pistons, but remember they are 1-2 against teams that are over 500." That is, I mean, that's true. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to take care of the teams you're supposed to beat. So there's no, you can't really fault them. Especially they started off the season like pretty slow. Especially Cade Cunningham specifically started off the season really slow, and that deterred the Pistons a lot. And one of those above 500 teams is also the Chicago Bulls, and they're not going to be better than the Pistons by the end of the season. So, but yeah, I wanted to start out with that, and then I also wanted to show you guys the stats of Cade and Duren from the last 5 games during their 5-game win streak. So Cade is averaging, I'm just going to say 30, 11, and 4 in the last 5 games in their 5-game win streak. Efficiency is way up compared to the start of the season. 54% from the field. 34% from 3 is solid. He's never really been like the greatest 3-point shooter. I don't really expect him to have he's never really going to be like a 40% 3-point shooter on probably like on high attempts. That's just never been the kind of player he's been. So I don't really expect that from him. I will say Cade Cunningham should be at the line way more than he is. He goes to the paint so much. He's one of the best finishers in the whole league this season, which is like a major improvement from last season, because last season he was a little bit inefficient going to the rim, and this season he's really, really improved that, which is amazing to see. And, I mean, his true shooting percentage, 62.3%. That's amazing. And he's just been great in general. He's only averaging 2 turnovers per game during this stretch, which is also amazing for him because, he's always been, for his whole career, he's been a high turnover guy. And everybody assumed that was just because he didn't have another ball handler, but he also would just make some kind of wild passes that he definitely didn't have to make. And even without Jaden Ivey in the lineup, no Marcus Sasser, he's still been able to cut them turnovers down, which is amazing to see. You definitely want to see that. And yeah, Cade Cunningham, I mean, obviously he's playing like a top 5, top 7 player in the league right now. So um, if he can continue to do this and the Pistons can continue to be at the top of the Eastern Conference, he could easily be an MVP level candidate, which would be amazing for the Pistons. So yeah, Jalen Duren, 24-13. I mean, that's crazy. He's just been super dominant for the whole season, really. But I'm specifically talking about these last 5 games. He's been super dominant, just incredibly efficient at the rim. He's that 2-man game with Cade and Duren. It's like they have the ball like on a string. It's like if Cade always knows exactly when to throw the lob to Duren, he always is able to catch it, and it's like it's actually like beautiful basketball. It's beautiful to watch. I mean, but that lineup with Duren and Isaiah Stewart, I feel like has unlocked Jalen Duren's ability to have more space at the rim also, because Isaiah Stewart's been taking threes and making them. We saw that a couple of years ago, but last season he completely stopped taking them because it wasn't really something that the Pistons needed, because we had a lot more shooting last season. And this season we lost Malik Beasley, we lost Tim Hardaway. Duncan Robinson's a decent replacement for that. He's been solid, he's been okay, but you definitely are missing that shooting that you had last season, and especially since we still don't have Jaden Ivey to start the season too. It's nice to see that Isaiah Stewart can space the floor a little bit. But like I said, the lineup with Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart has been incredible. And Jalen Duren, one thing about Jalen Duren's offensive game that a lot of people underlook, or that's undervalued in his game, is that he's not just a player that catches lobs. He's very crafty around the rim. And he's able to, you throw it to him in the post, he has, a decent matchup on him. He can easily just, he hits a little jump hook, a lot of different things. Like, he has a bag in the post. He's not just a lob catcher and, a screen setter. So, he's very offensively capable, compared to most centers in his archetype, like a Derek Lively, a Daniel Gafford. They're more just going to set hard screens, roll to the rim, and catch lobs, or get wide open dump passes. Jalen Duren actually has a real offensive skill set around the rim other than that. So it makes his game a lot more improved compared to it was year 1, year 2. And he's been incredible this season. And even on defense, as I said at the start of the video, I always thought that Jalen Duren might not be the right center for the Pistons, because he's always been kind of iffy on the defensive end, really just bad the first 2 years. He had a lot of very bad moments on defense. He would be it just seemed like he didn't really have the defensive IQ, but he's been better this season. And those lineups with Isaiah Stewart has just made his job so much easier. So, and he's also been super efficient from the free throw line too. I think he was shooting below 70% before this season. He's been super efficient for the free throw line to start this year. But yeah, I just, a lot to say about the Pistons. Even missing Jaden Ivey, knowing that he's still coming back within the next 2 to 3 weeks. That should really provide another layer of offensive scoring and offense in general for this team, because obviously it's going to make Cade Cunningham's job way easier. Cade's playing amazing without pretty much any other ball handler on the entire team. And if you can have Jaden Ivey, I don't know if Jaden Ivey's going to start. We'll see. I don't really know if he has a spot, because you have Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson's shooting in that starting lineup is very necessary, especially when Tobias Harris is hurt. But we'll see how that goes. Jaden Ivey, I'm excited to see how he fits in with this roster. I feel like we haven't seen him in a long time. I don't know. Depending on how he looks to start the season, I think they might need to think about trading him and moving on from Jaden Ivey. I like Jaden Ivey as a player, but he's definitely... There's just something where, I don't know. He's never really been able to stay healthy, for one. And he's also... I don't know if he's going to be able to become the player that the Pistons would need him to be to value him at the price that he's probably going to want. He's a solid scorer, but he's never really been, super efficient. And I definitely think he's gonna want a lot of money this offseason. I think he's eligible for his extension this offseason. and I think this might even be the last year of his deal. Maybe not. They might have one more year on the what's it called, the qualifying offer, if they can't come to any sort of agreement. But he's probably going to want upwards to the 20 to 25 million. And I don't know if I'm the Pistons, I don't know if I'm willing to pay him that kind of money for the production that he's given us. He was solid before he got hurt last season. I think he averaged like 18 points per game, which is good. You know, he was shooting well from 3 too. But you definitely might want to look at trading him and moving him for something more like ready to impact right now, you know, ready to bring that impact right now. Because if the Pistons are a real team like this and they can really be like a top 3-4 seed to like this early on, and with Cade being an MVP level player, you would, I don't think you'd have to rush it and, you know, try to make a move for like a better player. But it's definitely something you should look into if you're the Pistons, because if you're going to see Cade Cunningham playing at this kind of level, you have Jalen Duren playing amazing. Obviously, he's probably not going to keep up these averages the whole season, but I don't see why he can't be like close to this. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think when you look at the Pistons, you have to think more into the future and into the now, because if Jaden Ivey isn't ready to play this season and everybody else is, I think Jaden Ivey would have decent value on the market to trade for a player like a Lauri Markkanen, even I wanted to say like a Jeremy Grant, but Jeremy Grant's not really at that level anymore. But like a player at like a Lauri Markkanen level. Lauri Markkanen's different because he makes a lot of money. And he has I think he still has like 3 more years on his contract. But I don't know. I feel like you definitely want to shop around and see what's out there for that you could get for Jaden Ivey. Obviously, it wouldn't even be bad if you waited till after the season, see if you can get him that extension, and then use that money to make the trade instead of having to attach like a Tobias Harris onto the deal. You might still have to do that either way. But yeah, I don't know. I also wanted to talk about one player, Bobby Klintman. I really like Bobby Klintman. I've always liked him. I liked him since we drafted him. And it's nice to see that he's gotten some minutes. He's been able to impact the game a little bit with Tobias Harris being out, and Isaiah Stewart went out last night against the Brooklyn Nets. So I want to see more Bobby Klintman minutes. I want to see what he can do with those minutes. I don't think he's going to be like super crazy outstanding, but I think he can provide a level of shooting, a level of defense. He's very long. He's a very skilled player for his height. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for the Pistons. They've been amazing. It's amazing to see the Pistons play this good. That we do this like every 20 years. We actually have a really good team. So hopefully the Pistons can keep this up. Can't wait to see what Jaden Ivey looks like on this team. Hopefully we can sign Malik Beasley back soon, because we definitely could use that shooting. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.